Steve, who?
Yeah.
Clubhouse, what? Next on Live Free and Ham. Hello, and welcome to the Live Free and Ham podcast. This is our weekly show where we discuss ham radio topics in New Hampshire, New England, and beyond. We are thrilled to have you here, whether you're a regular listener or tuning in for the first time. Thank you for joining us on this episode. Let's get into the show. I'm your host, The Grouch, call sign N1OG, and I'm with my co-host.
I'm Eric, N1JUR.
And our special guest,
Steve, KO4AFL. Yeah, you guys
All
let
right.
a 4-hitter in here.
Well, before we get into our topic, we want to let you know that you can be part of the Live Free and Ham community in several ways. You can connect with us online via Discord. You can visit the Live Free and Ham Discord. The link is in all of our show notes. You can leave us a voicemail. If you have a question or maybe you've been racking your brain and need some help, the number to call is 978-233-1142, and you can always call us for a good time.
Mm-hmm.
We now have a Live Free and Ham All-Star Hub, and the number for that is 580871. And don't miss out. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click that bell to know when we go live, because we usually do a random live stream each month. Sometimes we skip it, but if you don't have that bell clicked, you won't know. You can support the show by visiting our storefront at livefreeandham.com/shop. You can get yourself some hammies or some cool shirts. You can become a Patreon member. All of our members get access to all of our shows before they're released. They get to join us in the chat while we're doing our recording. They get discounts and free merch and sticker packs. Eventually, we're going to do a private members-only stream. There is a private Discord and a private episode link every Sunday, and that's how you see them in here. And just remember,
you can join for as little as $3 a month. It's not a big expense.
There you go.
and that's right. It's just as simple as what Bob said. So please know that you can always leave us a comment. You can like our videos on YouTube. You can SMS us or send us the voicemail. You can send us a win link, and you can send that to not only myself, but you can also send it to N1JUR now as well.
Oh, I should check that. Keep forgetting to do that. Keep sending it to Paul.
Just a reminder, we are gearing up for International Women's Day with some YLs that are doing this stuff in the hobby. We will be live streaming on March 6th at 8 p.m., and we're going to have some fantastic guests. Just to name a few, we got Shannon, KC1OHT, Shannon, K1LY, El Marie, KJ5LXP, Sandy, KE8UTX, Julie, KJ4ULZ, Michelle, KC1UML, Amy, AG7GP, and Paula, K9IR, just to name a few. So you definitely want to make sure that you got that bell clicked and you don't miss that live stream. All right, Eric, we've got no do-goods, so we're going to skip over do-goods. And since Todd's not here, are we going to forgo something extra? Are we going to do that?
I don't want to be tested. I'm an extra, and Steve's an extra. So no, this is the extra show without Todd.
There you go.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, so with that, what?
With that, you've heard it here. We got news.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
Hey everybody, we got some news.
Slow down, Boog. Let me handle this. We've got some news. I've got bad news and bad news.
I have reviewed ship's personnel, Captain.
Congratulations, you've got mail.
All right. This week, our mailbag is overflowing. So thank you so much for all of the people that have submitted stuff. Let's kick things off with some live voicemails.
All right. Well, where to start here? So I guess our first one here, we'll give this a shot. And thank you for those that have decided to use the phone number. We'll have to personally thank in our own special way those Ham Radio Clubhouse folks who released our support number to the world to use as their doorstep.
That was only 100.
I lost my snow shovel.
Holy.
And I don't know what to do. I went to Ace Hardware. I went to the Walmart. I went to the Costco. I went to the local gas station, the mobile gas. Nobody has snow shovels, ice scrapers. What do you call that stuff? The blue stuff you put in the Shane. What do you call that stuff?
I don't know.
Washer fluid. The rock salt.
The blinker fluid.
Why?
Oh, you should call him back and tell
Oh
him.
my goodness! So, can someone let me know of what should I do? Bye.
All right. Well, that was actually from the live show last week. And so we're just plotting and scheming in the background here. So, Steve, obviously you're the only one going to be hearing this, but yes, we will return in kind something back to the clubhouse just for, the wonderful messages we have. And we're not done, obviously here's our second one.
What's up? Mike, N2MAK, out at the park, work band Wednesday. 30-meter FTA is going down. Japan in the log 3 times. Belize, man, who would have thought? I'm getting ready to pack up here. I got to head into the office. Been out since like 6:30 in the morning. And, I think I got Alaska coming park to park right now. You hear that, Todd? Nah, I'm just playing, man. I figured I'd give you guys a shout since everybody else is now. Have fun. Looking forward to more podcasts as always. 7-3, brothers. Oh, and
Nice.
what's up? Mike, N2MAK, out at the park, work band Wednesday. 30-meter FTA is going down. Japan in the log 3 times. Belize, man, who would have thought? I'm getting ready to pack up here. I got to head into the office. Been out since like 6:30 in the morning.
No kidding.
And, I think I got Alaska coming park to park right now. You hear that, Todd? Nah, I'm just playing, man. I figured I'd give you guys a shout since everybody else is now. Have fun. Looking forward to more podcasts as always. 7-3, brothers. Oh, and leave no band behind.
Yeah, I cut you off because when you say 7-3, you mean best regards. I'm moving on.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
7-3 and a lengthy pause.
Yes, very much so. Yep. You kind of left us hanging there in the lurch there, Mike. So my apologies for cut you off, but we recovered. And, we're not done.
I got a question because your automated message says that, you guys can answer the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So my snowblower shit the bread.
The bread.
And it's going to be too costly to repair. It's just one of those things. It is what it is. And I've been trying to get a new one, and I thought I had one, but my order just got canceled. Nobody has snow throwers, a nice 2-stage or a 3-stage that I want or need, and probably won't be able to get one until maybe May or June. So what should I do? I have fans. I have fans at home, and should I attach them to the front of the driveway, and as the snow comes down, will the wind just blow them away? I have wind blowers, leaf blowers, and I don't have a flamethrower, but I don't know. Maybe you guys can help somebody. Help, or can we just say, should I light a novena candle? Do it the old Italian way, and pray for no snow. Love you guys.
That's it, Izzo. Just pray it away. That's the best offer we can offer. Pray it away.
Just pray.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh, Izzo, we love you, man, but we're so happy that you're making us your pastime. You can call us or text us normally. All of us are available. We're not going to release our phone numbers out to the rest of the world. But, in essence, you don't have to leave a voicemail for us to call you back. We'll happily just, reach out to you and listen to your problems, because apparently you've got a lot of them. So,
Especially
although I do know that at one point I had 100% given out my my VoIP line phone number.
So Palmetto State Armory does sell flamethrowers.
Ooh, nice.
Legit flamethrowers. They're currently out of stock online, but
I don't know if you want to put that in Izzo's hands.
oh God, no. God,
that says, prior training required.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh man, wow. Well, yeah. Thank you everybody for sending us voicemails, Izzo. But and Mike, we always appreciate, and keep them coming. It's always good to hear, and maybe one day we'll get a legit question outside of dealing with snow and shovels and and I don't know if has he talked to you, because last week he left with when we had Shane on, he left a voicemail saying that Ham Radio Clubhouse was now starting to offer insurance policies. Did you know that you were now doing insurance policies?
Insurance?
No. Okay. That's a new one on me, but okay.
Mm-hmm. So you might want to be prepared with the onslaught of the Ham Radio Clubhouse insurance, whatever that might look like.
Well, maybe we need to post Izzo's phone number up on screen.
Hey, I like that idea. You got it?
I do have it, but I'm not going to do that to him. Not yet.
We should just figure out what his phone number is, go get a Google voicemail account, and then set it forwarding to his phone number so people get the Google voicemail account. So he's like, where are these calls coming from? All right.
But I think to do that, you have to have access to his phone, because it'll text him first.
I'll have to we'll workshop that in the background.
Yeah.
All right, well, enough of the shenanigans there. Thank you again. Paul, you got a couple of win links, right?
Yeah, the mailbag is not empty yet. So this first win link comes from W1TED Ted, and the subject is Todd's upgrade to extra. And so hopefully Todd watches team replay on this one, because this win link is just for Todd.
Ooh.
So Ted writes, as much as I'd eagerly welcome Todd into the ranks of extra class operators, he is not ready. Many of us have been where he is. It's clear he would like to upgrade, but he has a lot going on in his life right now, which is normal for a working guy with kids. He's enjoying the hobby in a way that works for him, and he's comfortable in the hobby with his current privileges. I'm confident that in a few years, when his life slows down, kids move out, retirement, etc., he will not only find the time, but he will want the upgrade. When he has time to study and feels ready, he will pass on the first try. I couldn't agree with you more. Busting his balls about it is fun, but no amount of bugging him will work because he has other priorities.
Mm-hmm.
My message to Todd. Now, again, I'm reading this. This is from Ted to Todd. Keep up with the studying when you have time. When you're ready, all that studying will make the upgrade easy. The Something Extra segment is valued by many listeners, and you are correct. Many current extras would not be able to pass the upgrade test if given to them now. So don't feel like you should have to be getting a perfect score. 7-3, Ted.
I don't think we ever said anything about perfect score at all with Todd.
Many extras probably couldn't pass the tech exam right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we have often made the joke that you call the guy that gets his doctorate at the bottom of the class and the guy that gets his doctorate at the top of the class, you still call him doctor.
Doctor, yep.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call a med student that graduates last in his class?
Mm-hmm.
Doctor.
Med student.
Call him doctor.
He graduated, so he's doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for that, Ted. We share in almost every single sentiment that you offered, and we do just love giving Todd shit. So
Although
it doesn't matter if he ever upgrades or not. Really doesn't. It's just fun to give him shit about it.
I don't know if I could, like, if we get into the question pool when it rolls over for extra again and they update the question pool and we're still doing something extra with Todd, I'm ready to throw the towel in, dude, because at this point it's like a lot. That's going to be another 5, 8, 10 years probably when they go back to refresh the pool for extra. Yeah,
no,
I told you
they're doing.
We could always change it up. Yeah, and we could do tech questions for a year, and then we could do general questions for a year. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I agreed.
Yeah, it's on a 4-year cycle. So
okay, so all right. Well, just like we recycle our government every 4 years. let's do the same for Todd's extra.
There you go.
28.
All right.
28 to the extra redo.
The second win link comes from KD9YSW, who we haven't heard from in a while.
Yeah, it's been busy.
And so he writes, greeting all. Hello all. Just got done trying to make an FT8 contact with N2MAK on 30 meters.
Okay.
This happened to no avail on the Linux computer, and still trying to figure out hat WinLink. I don't know what that is, but I assume maybe it's a Linux thing.
Yeah, Linux
okay.
flavor of WinLink. Yep.
So other than that, finding out more and more about women these days that will make me want to just scream. Other than that, great podcast with Izzo. Yep, I'm still studying for my extra when I can. Got sent an extra ARRL manual from someone. So if they're listening, thank you from me. 7-3 and watch the channel if you can. KD9YSW, Chris from Chris Radio and Life.
Yep. We'll throw Chris your link in there. Just get folks over there. If you haven't, definitely go show some love to Chris for sure.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm curious.
I don't know why I can't remove the shared screen from the show, but that's fine. Whatever.
It's fine now. We love the flamethrower.
Yeah.
What
it's weird sometimes how like share screen kind of gets stuck sometimes, and it just doesn't want to go away.
Mm-hmm.
That happens
for sure. So yeah, Chris, curious, and Mike, maybe if you're in the chat there, were you guys doing it at 6:30 in the morning at the same time when Mike was doing his, or was Mike on sideband making contacts with Alaska and Chris was on FT8?
I know the last test session, Chris was working on that Linux box pretty heavy. So
yeah, it could have been same day, different band, something.
Yeah. Well, I know he posted a video on his channel a while back, or a couple of days ago, about downloading 7.3 Linux because he finally bit the bullet and said he was liking it. So, yeah, could be.
All right. Well, that wraps up our mail. And so in the usual show format, let's do our Ham Radio Week check-in. And we'll start with our guest, Steve. How was your Ham Radio Week?
Not terrible, but not exactly amazing. I did get one of the newer guys up. What is it? Airway or Wings and Waves out of Georgia. Yesterday morning, I decided to make a run down to Hilton Head, basically, and pick up water because my wife is bougie about her water, and that's the closest place I can get it. Paul, you'll understand it's Zephyr Hills. So it's something about, she's a Florida girl, so it's got to be Zephyr Hills or it's not worth it. So
honestly, the water here is weird. it's good and it's clean water.
Mhm.
But have you ever noticed that, like, if you put it in a bottle, after a couple days when you open the bottle, it fizzes.
Haven't
It's like
noticed that.
opening a bottle of Dasani.
Oh God, no! Don't badmouth don't badmouth Zephyrhills water that way. Dasani and Aquafina both have an aftertaste.
Yeah, no, there's no aftertaste. So the water's good.
Yeah. So
It's just, I don't know, for some reason, maybe it's the temperature fluctuations with my bottles that
Could be.
make it so that it does that.
Or
Yeah.
maybe you just don't have the wonderful, crystal clear ice water springs that come out of the center of Maine as a, glowing aura of, water filtration in its purest form.
well, you know what Evian is spelled backwards, right?
No, never.
Naive.
Something naive.
So
Oh, hey, as long as it's not brown water, it's okay, I guess.
or yellow water.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So Steve, so you went to get some Zephyrhills water.
Yep. I drove down to get some Zephyrhills water. Got an alert that he was on, playing POTA. So I was in the truck, had the ATOS, figure why not? Actually made the contact at 60 mile an hour. So
Wow. Nice.
40 meters.
Oh yeah.
Make
Dude,
that ATOS work a little bit.
I wish I could make contacts while driving, but I've done it once. And when I transmit on 20 or 40 in the truck, my truck freaks out and the rev limiter all of a sudden peaks to 6,000 and the truck puts itself in neutral. And it's like so bizarre because it affects whatever it is. So I don't transmit on 20 or 40 when I'm driving at all. So, it's the electronics in the truck. It's just kind of the way it is. But, you must have got lucky.
I was gonna say last year headed to Orlando. I got Germany on 10
Wow.
at better than 70 mile an hour. It's only been a year.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. It's what's recorded.
It was in Georgia, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly.
I wasn't running GSP, yeah. But
The question is, did you give him the right grid square, though? Did you? Because which one were you going through at the time?
he didn't ask for a grid square, he only asked for the state.
Well, that's good. That narrows it down a bit.
It does. And I-95 is a long little stretch through there. So
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Paul knows he drove
Sure.
that not too long ago. So
Yep.
but yeah, that's all I've been able to do in ham radio this week. But between the weather and school and work, life kind of gets in the way.
How is all
It
the antenna
does.
situation?
I have a wire up right now. That's it.
Oh.
The tower came down, about 9 months ago now. We had some storms coming through, and I went to set it down before the storms came through, and it decided to snap. So,
Wow.
yeah, it was an older Illuma tower, and the 4-element step IR hanging off of it probably didn't help. I found out that actually broke the brake in the rotator, so I got to rebuild that too.
Oh no.
Well, so the rotator issue happened first, though, right? Because
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that it spun.
Yep. Yeah, it twisted up the wires pretty bad, and but I got that. I still need that to repair that. The tower broke. I did actually have a silent key that the family called me up and said, "Hey, can you come remove the tower? The new owners want it gone because they sold the house." And I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that." So I've got 80 feet of Roan 25.
Okay. In
That's
decent shape.
freestanding. Yeah, it's great shape.
Wow.
It's actually climbable, but I'm not going to climb it. One of the guys that is a local ham has a 50-foot towable boom lift, so that's how we took it down.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, we took it down with that because I didn't know if it was climbable, and that makes it a whole lot easier having that basket to work out of. I'm going to put it up at about 30 feet. And I'm going to use the extra parts to put up a 30-foot at my parents' place that they just bought because they already had a Roan 25 base in the ground. And Mom's like, we're going to get rid of that. And I said, no, you're not. I'm putting up a tower right there. And she's like, says who? I said, says me, because I'm getting the house when you guys die. So I'm putting up the tower now. And she's like, all right, whatever.
What? So is your parents ham? Is it your dad ham at all or no?
No. He's kind of toying with the idea, but he hasn't really pushed into it. He did have his general radio operator license, class 3, back in the, 70s when he joined the Navy. Because what he did in the Navy, it was required at that time. But I have not been able to find any reference to that license. So I'm the first ham in my family that I know of.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And just having fun with it.
Cool. Dude, 55.
I don't know.
Dude. Tower, man. So you have enough, so you said freestanding. Are you putting it up freestanding or are you bolting it to the house? Or
I'm going to bolt it to the house. But 30 foot, and I'm going to put a hex beam on top of it.
Okay. Well, you going like VLK or VK, whatever? VK.
BHQ.
No, I'm not going to go with the VHQ. I don't know that would benefit me here.
I don't know. You're getting a lot of snow.
Yeah, I was going to say right now with the snow, maybe, but no, I'm looking at the, what is it? NA4RR, or the one out of Pensacola.
Yep. That one does 40, right? If I remember right.
No.
It doesn't.
Radio Waves has one that does 40, but it's a loaded 40.
Oh, all right.
So for 40, I'll just leave the end-fed half wave up.
So why not a beam?
I've got trees that I need to either have trimmed or, the beam, the step IR was great, and I still have it, and it's still workable shape. It's just a lot of maintenance.
And let me correct you because I've been corrected too many times. It's stepper, not step IR.
They don't sell ham radio antennas anymore,
I know,
so
right?
I'll say it how I want.
Yeah.
You might still be able to get parts from them.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they got out of the the consumer business.
Out of the amateur business, but yeah. Man, that was a good antenna too. I mean, obviously wouldn't work really well up it this way because of the super cold conditions, but
the other problem with it is you need a very large rotator for it. Because it's about a 200-pound antenna, the 4-element, that is.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Big girl.
Oh, yeah. At 32 feet, 34 feet boom, 17-foot arms. Yeah. It was not small.
That does 40 down to 6, right?
I have the 30-40 loop for it.
Wow.
So, yeah, it'll do 6 through 40. Now, on 30 and 40, it's a folded dipole.
Okay.
Not a full-on, Yagi Uda, but it
give me a
gangbusters. What, did he lose his lights?
I have no idea what he's doing.
Go on. Continue without me.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is it's your turn to discuss your ham radio week.
Well, fine. I'll be in the dark here. You're gonna have a green background because I can't get my side light. Somehow somebody upstairs decided to turn the light off. I don't know why.
Nice.
Now I look like I've got like a it's a brothel back here, and it's cycling through light.
That's why you have panel lights.
Listen, it's okay. The sex dungeon is off to your left.
To your left, we have the chase
what
lounge.
Scares me, Paul, is you know that. You've been there, haven't you?
On my other channels, I gave him a full walkthrough. Paul and I have an OnlyFans, only hams channel, so All right, well, enough of that because I'm sure that's not what you came here for. I don't know. Ham radio week for me, not really much ham radio. I mean, winter for me has been really tough. Like, I've been kind of blessed to have a few folks send me radios for review, so I've been playing around with those. I got a QT, is it a QT16? Yeah, what's the Radio Oddity 10-meter radio? It's a QT60,
Okay.
I think it is. That fun little radio. I mean, I played around with it, and it's very like bare bones, but it's kind of one of those cool things. You just throw on the desk and boom, you're on the air and you're playing 10 meters, and it tuned up pretty nice with my 80-10, inverted L. And, talked to, I think, 3-4 days ago I did it. And it was literally just, talking to Spain, talking to, Portugal. I'm just like, dude, this is pretty, and it's like 40 or 50 watts. So it's not really huge. All that being said, it was a fun little radio to play with. And I got a couple more coming my way. But, I've got, I finally got my MobiLink TNC to show up at the doorstep. So that's sitting in a box. I've got to get that all set up and wired into my 300 in the truck for, hopefully playing a little bit more official, WinLink in the truck. So I'll be diving into Android world there, Paul, just so you know. So I'll have a nice 10-inch tablet coming my way that a Tortoise recommended. So, hey, well, I'm interested to see how that's going to work, and play around with that to pop the top, cut the wire. I am not going to, Mike. That you saw how that got Walt into trouble. I'm not going to CB radio there. Sorry. I have a CB radio that a certain individual, certain individual loaned me or gave to me. So if I decide to just go yes. Well, I don't care. You can tell me you want it back. It's there, all in the comfort of a storage box. So if I ever feel compelled to dive in back to my 10-meter, 11-meter days, yeah, see, there you go. Then I'll be compliant and I'll use the appropriate, radios for said communication there, because God forbid I get into that little fiasco.
And just for proof, FEP Labs Radio does actually deliver products that he ships out.
I was gonna say. I was going to think that was just all made up, made for YouTube, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is factual, because I did receive my mesh pocket that I won.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well,
yeah.
Now, we did track that ATOS, and it did end up in Huntsville, and that's the last scan.
We just don't know where it went.
Well, sad part is the UPS warehouse is literally 5 minutes from the park. Had we checked it when we were there in August, we would have just taken a big trip down to UPS.
There's like 25 hams at the door. We're not sure why they're here. They keep demanding this A-test thing. We're not sure why. Oh, man.
Give us the package.
And it wasn't even in the factory box. That's the worst part.
Oh, dude, man. That's really weird.
It was like in a overhead light box or something.
Did Jim ever get reimbursed for it for loss?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah, that was all taken care of. We just give him crap about it.
Yeah, somebody's got some ATAS somewhere. It's probably sitting on a counter shelf, and they're like, what the hell is this damn long pencil thing? Or some UPS trucker figured out who it was, and he's got it on the back of his truck now.
Oh, God.
Long haul. So, yeah, I mean, just playing some stuff, fooling around with, here's a little sidebar. ChatGPT and me are becoming really good friends there, Paul. I am spending a lot of time. I feel like as I get older, I thought my skill set in IT was really, really good. But I have to say that, I had to spin up a project quickly on the weekend, a terminal server environment and stuff like that for a client, long story short. I was like, I'm going to throw it at ChatGPT. And literally the damn thing walked me through every damn step, got it all set up, got it configured, hardened, and the application tuned. And I was like, I just did that in 8 hours. I charged the client a fortune for it, but
oh, absolutely.
It's like, I feel wrong, but at the same time, so nice. But the reason why I feel wrong is because literally a computer can replace me now at this point, just short of it typing its own commands into a server and spinning it up. So, yeah.
And that's coming.
Yeah. So with that, how was your Hammerdy week, my friend? And I'm going to go flip the light on because I'm tired of this little, shindig here.
Well, so my ham radio week was actually filled with some ham radio things this time. So I went and I got my Florida Parks Pass, which I didn't realize. So if you have any percentage of a service connection, be it 1% to 100%, any percentage, if you are even an out-of-state resident, go into a park ranger office in any of the Florida parks, you can apply for an out-of-state veteran park pass, and it's good for 5 years. It is free. It gets you free admission for yourself and 8 other people in every Florida state park except for 3. And the 3 that you're not allowed to bring 8 people in, you can still bring 1 other person in.
Wow.
But those parks, I guess they're nicer. They have more amenities and things, and so that's why
Or
they
they're harder
put
to
the
get to.
limit. Yeah, one way or the other.
I was gonna say, do you know which of the 3?
It was a wiki something, and then the other 2 were, I don't know, it's something with big amenities.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy was saying that, like, and also with your park pass, you get half-priced camping at every Florida state park.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, so I got my park pass at the Hillsborough River State Park, which apparently has 140 RV slots, and it was really busy. I think it was Tuesday, the day that we went. But yeah, so I got my park pass, so I'm all set for Hamcation and the park meetup. And while I was at the park, I figured, well, I had a mini me tag along. So my almost 23-year-old daughter flew down from Alaska. She finally decided that, yeah, you know, maybe Dad was right, and Alaska's not the greatest state to live in. So she was down here. She is down here, and I was like, hey, well, let's go to the park, and I got to get my park pass, and while we're there, might as well do a quick activation. Didn't have to call CQ once. I literally hunted 6 parks. One of them was a forfer, a couple of twofers, and so I had my 10 in 24 minutes.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, fantastic. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That was a fantastic park visit. And that also checked the box, because at the beginning of the year, I said, like last year, I wanted to do 2 parks a month. And so I did a park at the beginning of the month with Poto Power. And then I did the park at the end of the month. And then Friday was the only day out of the last 2 weeks that was jumpable. So I got 3 skydives in. I was really, really hoping that I could get a parachute mobile in, but we were looking in the morning. It was brutally cold, and the winds were around 30 to 35 knots. The uppers. Ground winds were next to nothing. Ground winds were light and variable, but the uppers were moving. So my first jump, I was able to land in the landing zone where I'm supposed to be. Second one, well, the winds had dramatically kicked up, and so it was like 45 to 50 knots uppers. And even though they had shifted jump run, they hadn't shifted it quite enough. And so I was the first one out, and our spot was probably kind of where it should have been, but with us moving, trying to catch each other and regain the formation, we drifted a lot. And so I ended up way far to the east and struggling to make my way back. And I realized that at 2,000 feet, I wasn't making it back. So I was like, you know what? Clear an open area. I found a nice big field outside the drop zone, and landed in a giant cluster of huge anthills. So fortunately, it was a nice smooth stand-up landing where I could like kind of run my way out of the anthills, carrying the parachute behind me.
Wow.
They sent the golf cart out after me, so that was great. They gave me a ride back. And then the third jump, I again was like just drifting hard. The winds were coming from the west, and so they were just pushing us huge into the east. But I did all of the canopy course things for the long spot that I had learned, and I made myself real small. I tucked my knees up to my chest. I pulled down on my rear risers, and I'm just making myself as small as possible, trying to go as slow as possible, and get back to where I needed to be. Ended up landing in the high performance area, which, I mean, it's not where I'm supposed to land, but at least it was at the drop zone. So, but definitely, you know, I mean, had I tried to do a high pull, like, I mean, I would have ended up, you know, in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
I'd have been calling from Orlando, like, hey, could somebody come get me?
That cost you.
Uber.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
No,
That's awesome.
somebody from the DZ would have come out, but yeah.
So, question: where are you at numbers wise now? You finally broke over 69?
Yeah, 73 now. Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, 73. I got 12 left on the books to use up in the month of February, and so I'm gonna use up those 12 over the next 2-3 weeks, and then I'd like to, you know, maybe take a day trip to Sebastian and do a couple jumps in Sebastian, and then I definitely want to get up to Palatka. So I was actually talking to Ziggy a little bit earlier, and I said the week before I head to Texas, I'm gonna come up. I'll spend at least a couple days at Mr. Ziggy's house, and I'll go jump out of Palatka.
There you go.
Cool, dude. That's freaking awesome. You know, finally getting back in the air, not on the air.
Well, both.
Here's another story. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Palatka's a nice field. So
Well, not only is Palatka really nice and it's got a fantastic reputation, but there may or may not be a couple of very attractive single tandem instructors there.
Dude, you get yourself in trouble again, aren't you?
you're saying he got out of trouble?
Wait, who am I going to get in trouble with?
Yourself is the problem. Remember, did you have a Weekend Warriors about staying focused on your priorities for the 2026 year? Women mess those up.
One of those priorities. Never mind. I'll leave that one.
So. I don't remember.
One of those priorities is thinking with my other head.
Oh yes, we know how that definitely does not help.
No,
It gets you in trouble too much.
So Bob wants to know how much it costs each jump, and so now that I've got my own gear, every time I go up is $35,
Wow.
and so it's
actually.
Yeah,
You're working that off too, so you're not really even paying for jumps anymore, are you? Or you still are?
well, no. So I'm not working at the drop zone anymore. I'm just
okay.
doing my thing. You know, trying to get ready for the year and plan things out and sort out my finances and everything else. So yeah,
Probably right there,
Yeah,
TJ.
TJ,
You're
you're
probably
right.
right.
but
That's
that
right.
doesn't exist. So
Well, at least not up to
it doesn't exist to the command.
but they still know how to get shit done.
If you ever want to make something happen, all you got to do is say, who was an E4? All right, you and you, this is what I need to happen, and it'll get done.
Hey, I need to find these 42 items. Yeah, the sooner you find them, the sooner you can go home. You'll have that shit by lunch.
Yep. Just don't ask where shit came from.
Oh God, no.
Well, I'm sure when you call upon said group, you're not really worrying about where it originated from. You just wanted it, and you need to move on.
That's right.
So cool, dude. That's awesome. I'm glad you're finally back jumping because you look, you could tell just by like in conversations, like and hanging out that you're just like you're lacking that like like how I sort of feel when you don't play POTA or you don't radio for a while. You're just like I'm gonna kill somebody kind of at the moments, and so it was good to see that you finally got back in the air.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll tell you, like, I mean, it was the perfect lead in to Weekend Warriors because like I was stressed. A lot of things going on in my personal life, a lot of things that I'm trying to figure out and situate for, like the next 3 months, the next 6 months. And yeah, I mean, it was starting to get to me, and, just getting up in the air and having some fun. Not one of the jumps went the way that it was supposed to. And that's, I mean, it's kind of my fault, but it's kind of not my fault. The two guys that I was jumping with, they just happen to be short, stocky guys. And I'm a tall, light guy. And so, my max free fall speed is 120. Now, when I'm really, really trying to fall faster, I top out at 140. And these guys were falling like 150 to 160 on average. So like, I mean, they were just dropping way out underneath me, and there was nothing I could do to get down there. But I did order myself a weight belt, so I'm gonna add a little bit of weight, and that should help.
It's good to see that like the skydiving guys and the scuba diving guys share the same kind of handshake.
But you definitely don't want to go from scuba diving to skydiving.
No,
in the same day.
Like that will mess you up big time permanently.
Oh, yeah.
But oh man, yeah, dude, tough, good. I could definitely see some good stuff happening. So yeah, looking forward to hopefully seeing some freaking more skydiving videos, my friend. I mean, what is the camera broken?
Well, no. So the thing is I got to jump with people that have a camera, which so
nobody?
Friday. No. So hold on. So Friday. One of the guys that I jumped with, he had a camera on him for the first jump, but he knocked the camera on the door on his way out.
So just cut straight up.
And so like, yeah, the video angle is just terrible. But the two jumps after that, we actually had an outside camera guy just to do the filming for us. And so yeah, so I'm gonna get in touch with Brian and get that footage, so that way at least you get to see me a little bit before I go woo, floating way up and everybody else goes down.
Go down.
Are you saying they have a ballistic profile?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, I was trying so hard, and had I thought about it, right, what I should have done was I should have just gone into like a sit to really just fall fast and then go back to belly once I got back on level. But yeah, it was just they were so fast, there was no catching them. So I just kept them in my view, where I was looking down from above, which, by the way, this is counterintuitive, but when you're above people and you look down to see where they are, that increases the surface that you're catching air, which makes you fall slower. So it's counterproductive. Like you want to look up so that you're spilling the air and falling faster, but then you can't see the people you're trying to catch up to.
Yep.
Man,
Tuck and roll.
Too crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
So, dude, so
So
is
I
your
just-
daughter down there permanently for Florida, or is she just down there temporarily and then gonna make some more permanent routes, or?
Well, as it stands right now, she's got a job in the cafeteria. and she's got a tent site behind me.
Oh, wow.
She's staying in the RV because it's 26, 27 degrees outside lately. Yeah, so she's crashing on the couch, but she does have her own space, and I don't know. I mean, she can stay here and she can keep working after I go, or if she chooses to, she can follow me out to Texas and then up to Illinois. So I'll leave it up to her. Let her. She's a big girl.
You didn't respond to me in the chat. Like, have you had the talk yet? Not that talk. I know your head's going there. I'm talking about the ham radio talk. I never got a response.
Oh, see, I didn't understand what you were talking about because I was like, dude, I mean, listen.
I didn't care about the birds and the bees.
She got knocked up at 17. She is well aware of the birds and bees.
That's not where I was going with that. No ham radio talk.
Yeah, no, I did put the bug in the ear. Ham radio is fun, and you can could have it all in a backpack, and you just go and set up a station and talk to people around the world.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Good. As long as you started the little seed pledge.
It doesn't even need to be a backpack. It can be handheld.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Steve knows it.
You can go super small if you really want to.
Here's the thing, is that you get them their license, they finally get it, they start maybe getting in the hobby, they may take a little hiatus for a little while, but then you eventually get to a place that, they'll come back and you'll be like, hey, I've got this extra radio here, here, you can have this. And now you've opened up a new slot. So you need to fill that slot with a new radio. And you see how the whole progress is. It's a natural progression. I've already learned it through my daughter. I'm doing that with the 3D printing kind of thing now, so like, she's going in on halves on it because I want her to buy into it because she's like now watching more videos on it. I'm just like, well, then, you need to have more ham radios because Dad's got too many and, I want to pass them on to you. So, yeah, same thing.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll say then, because the license is good for 10 years. So if she gets it, right, then when I'm ready to upgrade to the Mark II, then I'll have a 7300 original. That'll need a home.
Yeah. Yep. And it will have not fallen off of any vehicles or tables or anything like that. It'll be in pristine condition.
It is in pristine condition. I mean, it's a little dusty.
It might go skydiving once or twice, but
I don't want that.
I'm still trying to get jumping with an HT down.
I was going to say, right?
we will get it there. Carlos actually sent me the link to the bag that he keeps the 7300 in. So I have it saved in my cart for when I'm ready to make that leap.
Guess what else fits in that bag? The 9700.
True. But I was even thinking more like, do you need that extra power? Like, could you go get away with a FX4CR or something for HF?
Oh, yeah. Or 705.
Because, I'm just trying to use you as another reason to upgrade to my second FX4CR because I don't use the FX4CR that I have enough now. So,
well,
just spitballing here.
That radio is on my list. That is a definite radio that I want.
Well,
so,
I think there is one sitting there waiting for you. I think it's in said Pennsylvania. And so when you make your rounds, you need to like swing by and pick one up.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But all right, so enough about me and my fun times.
It's fun.
We're here to talk about. Wait, who is this Steve guy? Because Steve, I believe, was supposed to be on the show 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
So who is Steve?
This could be a loaded one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a loaded question. What do you want to know?
I'm comfy. I've got the heater going here. Go ahead.
All right. Well, hey, welcome to the show, Steve, KO4AFL. And most people will know you from a little Tuesday night live stream, which is Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Yep. There you go.
We may like the Clubhouse.
I was gonna say, and I'm even wearing your shirt tonight. Oh, but this was the Clubhouse takeover.
I saw that. Good shirt. Now, you kind of screwed the pooch, man. We gave you first dibs at the very beginning of this to like be the first guest on. So we've already gotten all the dirt on you from Izzo and Shane and all that stuff. So like that now we just know exactly what we're gonna expect. Hopefully,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, and Shane's a gossip girl. Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
he is.
don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
although we
Just can't
we had to supervise his pizza delivery to make sure he didn't get murdered. But
Yeah, that was a big thing. Yes, that'll be live this Tuesday.
I was gonna say he has had alcohol delivery on the clubhouse, so
and he's gone out to get alcohol himself.
Yes.
So.
Yes, he has.
He's done both. He's a worldly man for sure.
yeah.
All right.
well,
enough delaying.
Steve, let's start with some background on how you got involved in Clubhouse, how you got involved in ham radio. Tell us your story, man.
Yeah. So I actually learned about ham radio back early 2000s when I was getting my pilot's license, because that was a license that was recommended but not required because the aircraft was licensed.
Mhm.
And if we were going, like, had I started flying international, then yeah, it was more pushed to get the ham radio license. So it just kind of fell to the back burner. I heard about it, but never really pursued it. Fast forward 20 years, and I was doing a charity bike ride here in the Charleston area. And I was on my motorcycle with my dad, and we're riding the course for all these guys riding a 100-mile, bike race, if you want to call it that. And we get a mile apart and lose comms using the CB. Yet all of the support and gear vehicles are driving around and talking on handhelds all over the area. And we're riding through an area where there's no cell service. So I asked one of the guys, I was like, how are you doing that? He's like, oh, ham radio. And hands me a pamphlet for one of the clubs here in town. Okay, cool. I looked at it and went, oh yeah, I remember hearing about this. I looked at the test. A week later, I got my tech.
Wow.
That was November of 19. December of 19, I got my general. April of 20, we were all stuck at home, and I went ahead and got my extra.
Overachiever.
Yeah. No, overachiever's getting it all in 9 days.
True, or one session,
then-
but yeah.
Well, and then starting a YouTube channel and getting 7,000 subs in the first 10 days.
Dude, wow. I didn't
That was
know
Now,
me.
just
That's
to
the
add a
answer,
little
female.
context, though, Steve, all right?
Yeah.
Because most ham radio operators will not have any understanding of this. But until you sit in a plane and you're listening to multiple air traffic controls and multiple airplanes and the local air traffic control that you're actually working at,
Yep.
like, dude, that's a lot.
Oh yeah, it's a pile up, and that's all on AM. So yeah, it's definitely a lot. I did actually, one of my instructors for the flight school I learned to fly out of was a center controller up in Jacksonville, and he actually let me shadow him for a day. So I got to sit and work center for a full shift. And I will tell you,
That's cool.
I understand why they smoke.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
insane.
God.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never seen the movie Pushing 10, it's very accurate.
Yeah, it is. I had friends who very much said that same movie. Like I had actually a mentor of mine who very much same way. He worked for TWA, and he was very much like, he's like, oh, I'll take you out in the tarmac. I mean, the stress level is like so way beyond. It's like, I don't get it. And then he's like, yeah, watch Pushing 10. I'm like, okay.
Uh-huh. It's accurate. It's not realistic, but it's accurate.
Yeah, it portrays a lot. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so of course we all know what happened January of 2020. The great panoramic or pandemic, whatever you want to call it. So we all got stuck at home, and I got hooked in with the Greater Los Angeles Amateur Radio Group,
How the hell?
better
did that
known as
happen?
GLARG. I was looking for a group that was doing testing, because I had actually signed up or I had asked for the application for my local VEC. And the guys are like, yeah, we can get you that. And it never came. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh yeah, we're waiting on them to send us a copy of it. Okay. So I started getting online looking for other VECs. And of course, everybody knows the league. So I looked and was like, man, I got to take a test to give test? That ain't right.
It's open book.
I didn't know that at the time, but yeah. And then I find the Los Angeles group, and I had started kind of watching Crash Course and got on their Discord and met a couple of people on there, and they're like, oh yeah, we're starting to do online testing, but we need some computer guys that know how to do this stuff. I'm like, I'm stuck at home. I got nothing better to do. Sure. And at first, the person that was in charge of, assigning VE numbers turned me down because I wasn't an extra.
Wow.
So like, you'd be a whole lot more help to us as an extra. And I'm like, you don't realize what.
But I am.
Well, I wasn't. I promised her I'd get it. I was only general at that time. But I was like, you don't realize what kind of floodgates you're going to open once this gets announced. Everybody's stuck at home.
Oh, yeah.
And our first sessions were atrocious. We were having to email PDFs to be signed. Oh yeah.
Let me print that, scan it, scan it again.
There was some of that going on too. But yeah, so I got hooked in with them, started running their Zoom sessions. Luckily, Richard at Exam Tools or Ham Study said, you guys are taxing my servers. Let me do some upgrades. And now he came out with the version that we have today, where everything gets signed right there in the session by everybody and works out great. We were sitting around one night, still middle of the panoramic, and somebody said something about doing 100-person session.
Whoa.
I'm like, yeah, we can do that. And somebody else said, no, that can't be done. And I went, bet, let's go. We advertised it for a week. I ended up 123 people as applicants. Dude. I had over 200 VEs. We actually crashed our Zoom account.
Yeah.
We were getting alerts that people were trying to join Zoom, and we were full. So we
did you also have to use the beta and the other versions of Exam Tools?
He didn't have beta at that point. That wasn't publicly available at that point. Yeah,
you were truly a pioneer. Wow.
We were hurting those servers.
Yeah.
But literally mid-session, we got on Zoom and using the Glarg credit card, increased the Zoom account to where people could join. And I want to say we dropped like $1,500 to do that.
Wow, dude.
It was just
ouch.
Open it up. We could then have 1,000 people in a Zoom. And we were managing it all with spreadsheets. It was. Oh dude. Yeah. There's a picture. Actually, if you go look up Marcel Stiebler in his PowerPoint that he put out on how to do remote testing, my computer setup was in there, and I had 3 monitors going. One was just the spreadsheet. So yeah, it was you.
So yeah, still a general, still punishing yourself through other means in the ham radio community. Wow.
But yeah, I got out, did my first POTA during COVID, and got hooked on that. Got my extra April of 20, and since then I've got the numbers pulled up here because Glarg's got a great little back end. I have personally done 248 sessions since they went
just a few.
Well, that's since they went to this new system.
So you probably have more than that wave for sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm probably close to 500 sessions in total. I have signed for 99 applicants.
Wow.
But, you know, a lot of the sessions I have enough VEs that I don't worry about going into the room to sign. You know, I just manage all the paperwork on the back end. But yeah, I've got, at one point I looked, I was well over 2,000 people licensed under sessions I had been in.
Dude, good for you.
And that was just with Glarg. I'm also a team lead for the league because Good Game needed a session one day and he didn't have anybody up at headquarters. So he's like, hey, can you run a session for me? I was like, I'm not a team lead. I've not done a league session. He goes, hang on. 2 minutes later, I had team lead permissions.
Wow.
He's like, you've run enough sessions for somebody else. You know, I'll get it approved. He walked into Maria's office and said, make him a team lead. And she went, okay.
Nice.
So
where's most of your spread now? Are you still doing it across both, or are you just probably more Glarg? Or
I do more Glarg. I do help out with league just to keep my league stuff active. I have also done W5YI because MIT was actually using them. And
KVEC.
yeah, I haven't done any KVEC stuff. I do have Sandark. Yeah, I went ahead and got a bunch of them. And the one I was supposed to initially sign up for, I finally did get approved for. But at that point, I had already switched my team here over to Glarg. And we've actually gone back to doing paper here local, but I scan it with exam tools. So they have a bubble sheet that they fill in. I just pull out my phone, take a picture of it, it grades it, then I log them in on a tablet, they sign, and we move forward.
So curious, why? Why did they decide to go back?
Well, that was my decision. I've been having Wi-Fi issues at the library that I use for my Wednesday night sessions. And I did a session for the one of the local county EOCs. And I had, what do we have, 22 people in that class? So I didn't have enough electronic devices to test them all. So I printed out test.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
Which, I mean, honestly, like, and for an in-person session, doing the grade cam, like, it's no big deal.
Yeah. It's
No,
better than the templates that we used to do.
Oh God, yeah. When I got my test, when I did my general, when I got back in the hobby, it was like slide the little template over, match, and it's like, you know, you have a 70-year-old guy kind of going line by line. You know, like I'm sure he's making a mistake. I'm sure he's making a mistake.
If he twist it or if he laid it the wrong way.
Yeah, everything's off.
Everything was off. We actually have a class scheduled for this month. Back at that same EOC, we have 40 people signed up already.
Dude, how do you do that? Like, that's crazy.
So the EOC, that county EOC is big into ham radio, and they've been pushing it pretty heavy. You know, they're pushing it out to just about everything. They're doing all the advertising for it.
Now, are they doing any of the license classes, or are they just basically just telling people to go study? Wow.
No, we're doing it's 3 times a week for 2 hours a night. And then I think it's 2 or 3 weeks. And the final night, we're doing the test. So I'll bring in my VE team and pass out papers, and let's go.
Interesting. And you're doing all that, like, it's basically a class attendance kind of thing, no Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all in person. So
I might pick your brain a little offline on, because I'm rewriting or trying to write a lot of our class, like, lesson, you know, syllabus stuff for technician in general, because the league, I love the league, but in essence, like, you ask them for something simple and you think you're like asking them to move a mountain. They can never provide you what you want, or they give you a little bit. And so, like, my last request kind of came through our section person, who's been awesome. I mean, he's been on the ball, helping out, you know, trying to get me everything. you know, I'm going to say it here. I took the damn technician manual, took it out of the stupid spiral binding, scanned it double-sided, and then threw it at ChatGPT and said, here, build me a stupid lesson plan because it was the only way I could get it to work.
There you go.
So, and it actually came out pretty good. I mean, I'm like, all right, do me a 3-day weekend crash course and then do me 11 or 8 weeks or whatever, like for an hour or two. And it spit out the whole syllabus and all of the PowerPoints. I was like, wow, man, this is where I'm like, oh my gosh, I love ChatGPT. At the same time, it cut my time down by like, months. So
I will say we're currently using the League PowerPoint. And that needs a lot of love.
Oh, it is horrible, dude. Like I went through it and I'm just like, what are they doing?
There's questions in there that aren't even in that section.
Yeah, no, I'm like, where's this? Like, they're not even testing this stuff on. It's like, why am I reviewing this with a kid? And like, yeah, and of course, like, and the technician manual is 5th edition, right? So the one I have is actually okay. I just want to make sure because I'm like, dude, if I just got like last year's edition and they didn't give them the brand new one, I'm like, I have to scan this damn thing again.
And the new one comes out in, I think they released the new test in June or July.
Well,
June.
we got a little time then, but
yeah,
I'm sure I can get that manual. But
yeah, that manual will be out very soon.
So
because I think the new questions are already out.
So it's sort of safe to say you like VE testing.
I do. I've had fun with it. You know, I like seeing people get into the hobby and just helping out. It's kind of what keeps me going.
Okay.
You know, to the point where I've actually gotten hooked in with one of the local high schools. We've got a private school that we're teaching electronics and soldering and stuff at, and actually got them a full ham radio station through a grant, sent their principal through the Teachers Institute. And this year they're actually hosting Teachers Institute at the school.
All right, dude, we really need to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got some stuff where we're sort of funding that, and I'm getting pushback from the club saying, you know, we shouldn't send all these teachers. I'm like, dude, teachers don't make a whole lot. They're not going to go to this otherwise.
And it's $100 a head.
I know. Well,
you know,
but and even that, like, we threw in like $200 stipend to the teacher that we sent, and then like I got pushback from everyone saying, why did you give him $200? I'm like, dude, because he had to travel from here to Connecticut for 4 days straight, or put himself in a hotel room. I mean, but he came back.
TI pays for all that. TI pays for their hotel. They pay their travel.
Yeah.
The $100 is just to make sure they get on the airplane.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
But yeah, the school here is actually going to host TI this year. They've already got the dates.
Wow.
So I'm going to go over there and do some video and stuff on my lunch break. Take a remote day or whatever. We'll see. But then I got hooked in with it's called North Charleston High School, is the school that I'm working with for first robotics competition. And they're kind of more of an inner city school. The kids don't have a lot. I think we've got 10 kids on the team. And they actually made state last year as a rookie team. So we're in the process of building the robot. They just had kickoff January 10th when I was on my way back from Hawaii. And our first competition's March 5th. So not a lot of time to design, build, test. And they have to do all the programming and everything. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's 2 nights a week right now I'm spending doing that.
The robotics crews, like I helped out a long time ago as a business kind of venture with them, and yeah, they are intense. Like, you when you say like, yeah, they had to do all the program, yeah, they have to build that damn thing from the ground up and meet the all the programming stuff, everything's all learned, and then now they got like a whole social marketing piece that they all have to do too as well, and yeah, it's insane. It's awesome stuff.
No, is that through First?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing that one through First Robotics. I've volunteered at the local event last couple of years, and last year, my company said, "Hey, this one team has nobody." I mean, literally, it was just the teacher, and she's a marine science teacher by day. So not mechanical, not electrical, not programming. And
Freaking marine biology.
she's like, I need help. It's like, okay, we'll take care of it. You know.
Cool.
And now it's myself and one other mentor. And the teacher is actually a school bus driver as well. So we don't have to pay for a bus driver to go to events because she volunteers her time.
Score.
Yeah.
Nice.
We've gotten a couple of grants because, like I said, it's an inner city school. So hopefully these kids will really take on the STEM, and I'm going to try to work radio into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you guys doing the ham radio side of stuff? Because that's the part I always try to trouble getting into. A lot of the schools that have always, you know, hardcore STEM kind of, you know, first, you know, kind of activities going on, and you know, I was always curious to see what he does for ham radio spin.
So it uses Wi-Fi radios to control the robot.
Yeah,
and I can actually spin it to where we could put another radio on there and do like vision control or something else.
Nice. Through 6 gigahertz or something, yeah.
6 gig, apparently there's a law about it being battery powered for the access point.
Okay, so 4 or 5, which ain't bad, but yeah.
Yeah, it 2.4 is the main one that they're using. But, you know, I could throw a ham radio on there and do, you know, DTMF tones.
Well,
or packet.
You know, I just learned that Meshtastic is now going dual band, and they're going to be 915 and 2.4.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that.
I'm going to have to get some new Meshtastic gear. That's the other thing I've got building right now is I've got a bike ride in April that I'm going to put up a couple of solar nodes across the race course, and I'm trying to put them all on the T1000 trackers because they run pace bikes on that race. So if I can track the pace bikes through Meshtastic, I'll at least kind of know where my tail end guy is. So
along the way, right? Yeah. Wow, interesting. Any of you guys play in the new Mesh Core stuff yet?
Have not played with Mesh Core.
Yeah, me neither.
But I'm trying to get Meshtastic down first.
Yeah, so both of us are. It's like the old proverbial, oh, just turn it on. There's nothing showing up. What the fuck?
Yeah. We actually have a pretty decent mesh here now. I've got a guy about 3 miles from me that has a node up in his upstairs window. And when I put one up on the chimney, it'll connect our two, which will give us a lot of the North Charleston area as well.
Nice.
Well, I'll tell you, you really want to see a lot of mesh nodes. All you got to do is go up to, 13,500 feet in an airplane.
Try 30.
Oh,
even better.
I can neither confirm nor deny if I had a mesh node on when I was going on one of my trips.
Wow. That must have been very, I'm sure the buffer on that little, device was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, luckily, being in a metal tube, it blocks a good bit of it. But
you gotta stick it in the window.
Yeah. Slide it over against the window and, just watch your phone go ballistic.
Yeah. Oh my God. That'd be insane.
That's fun. So, but yeah, and somehow I spoke up and got hooked in on the help desk for POTA. Yeah. Again, working from home, had nothing better to do. Oh,
did you join the Navy?
No, but I do know what Navy stands for. Yeah, never
again volunteer yourself.
Yep. I spent my entire life around the Navy. My father did 33 years in, so
you know it well.
And you still didn't learn.
No, I work for the Navy now, so
you got to spell the letters, Paul. Spelling is a tough thing for folks in the Navy.
Well, see, I fit in better with the Marines.
Okay.
Muscles are required, intelligence not expected.
Yeah. Now I know where 3-letter acronyms came from.
Listen, there's so many jokes about, us being crayon eaters and stuff, but I'll tell you, there is nobody else that you would ever want by your side when shit goes sideways.
Yep. Yeah. When it absolutely definitely needs to be done, call the Marines. Yeah. You get into a bar fight, better make sure you got Marines there. Because chances are the cops that show up, one of them's going to be a Marine. And you'll get out of it.
Tidbits to know. So,
Yes.
So, all right. So you went from flying planes, getting into ham radio.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you end up in the clubhouse?
We were hanging out on Discord and just telling stories, nothing better to do.
Tall tales,
staying up all night, drinking, having a good time. And somebody said, we should take this to YouTube. And I think I was the voice of reason that said, we got to clean this up before we take it to YouTube.
Yeah, that really
was. Because, it's cleaner than what it was on Discord.
True.
And yeah, it was. And we said, we'll do it once a month. And then after the first show, it's like, no, we got to do this every week. But yeah, I was just hanging out with the guys. It was Izzo, Shane, Beer Snack, myself initially. Daniel would jump in from time to time. And then we were hanging out on Joe Brett's Discord, actually. Because he was already doing his own live stream contest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started hanging out with us at night. And that's when we decided to all take it to YouTube.
That's not what Shane said.
No?
No, just kidding.
No, but so all right, it's interesting to get the different perspectives on how it all started, right? And like that's why I wanted to ask, right? Because everybody's got their own perception of how things happen and take place. So,
well, but like you said you were the said voice of reason, but were you the voice of reason as in like, this is a dumb idea, or this is the, voice of reason as in like, well, yeah, sure, let's just see what happens?
Well, no, I was the voice of reason of we need to clean this up.
Okay.
Because,
like,
it didn't stay clean for long.
Sure. And it still hasn't, in essence, like you're basically, you give yourself 30 minutes and then after that, it's like, we're taking the rails off, guys. We're back to normal. So it's like, and it's only when you tighten things up is when you obviously get demonetized, and that's like your barrier of like, oh, we've gone too far kind of thing.
And ironically enough, we got tagged for a demonetized a couple weeks ago. And it wasn't what we all thought that hit us.
Yeah.
We had a guest / friend on that may have shown something that YouTube's not very friendly with. Right at the camera. But that wasn't what hit us for the demonetization. It was Shane pulling up the cigars.
Yeah, I heard you shared that same one.
Really? Showing cigar, yet Izzo can smoke a cigar the entire show.
Which, makes no sense.
No. So, but we fought it and, we got away with it.
Okay.
So that was all good.
That's always freaking appeal that shit. Always.
Well,
most of it's AI now, so, you just have to wait it out.
It's all AI. That's why RAM prices are what they are now. If you've not built a computer recently. I built one for a company a little over a year ago. And what I paid $119 for a 32 gig,
Only?
kit. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that was a year ago.
A year ago. Okay. I was going to say, that can't be now.
$600 now for the same kit. I'm like,
I just priced DDR5 out for my machine, and it's literally 2.5 years old, and I was somewhere just sub almost $1,000, and that was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna hold off on that. I'll continue to keep my 128 gigabyte I have, not add more.
Yeah, well, I just rebuilt my whole machine, and I needed to get a minimum of 2 sticks of DDR5 so that I could have 32 gigs, and it was $460.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you got a steal on that. You can't get that anymore.
Oh, dude, I was literally, I had I think it's PC Part Picker. I had the price alert.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, listen, when it hits 380, let me know. and so Black Friday, it hit 390, and then when I actually went to buy it, of course Florida's got freaking taxes, so it ended up being like 460 with shipping and taxes.
Ouch.
Stupid money, stupid.
Yeah. And we have AI to thank for that.
Yeah.
Because it's the AI data centers that are eating up all the RAM.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and GPUs, I mean, they're pretty much, locked in. NVIDIA's locked itself, not that we get into the details, but NVIDIA's locked themselves into this. Well, we don't have to help, anybody buy more gaming. We'll just buy server space from us and you can play everything online and, you don't have to worry about it. So, yeah, trying to get GPUs. It's a little insane, too, as well. I mean, I tried to upgrade my 3060, which is just a 3060, to like a 4060, maybe 5060. 5060 is like almost like $1,200 again. It's like what we were paying for pre-COVID prices when you couldn't get anything in there at all. It's insane. It's hard being a streamer and a YouTuber. Feel our pain.
It's all the Bitcoin miners.
Oh God, yeah. And even those are garbage now because you can't really use those on at any high level, for streaming.
No.
So wow. So I asked a question. I asked the same question to Shane, and my question is that what do you think your role is in the clubhouse? Because we obviously know what Izzo is, and Izzo, has his own stance. Shane kind of controls all you monkeys, and so are you voice of reason or something different?
No, I'm more the pot stirrer.
Oh, okay.
I'll sit at the back and poke. Shane keeps us kind of between the rails. We can't stay on the rails because you've seen the show.
Yeah.
Izzo is just Izzoisms. And Joe Brett's the quiet
So many
one.
great ones.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh.
But so are you texting Joe Brett and be like, dude, what about this?
No. Literally, I'll throw something out just in our private chat of, as something's being said, I'll say something, or like when Shane was making the koozies for us, I said dealer's choice, just to see what he'd come up with.
Oh.
And that's how I got the fat skydiver. So I'm like, yeah, I'll rock it. I don't care.
See, and Mike confirms.
Yep.
I need to see the fat skydiver because I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that one?
No, how did I not see that?
I mean, it's in the other room, so
I do have to say to you guys, you have made my marketing budget, in negative territory, because I've literally, after getting one, and then Bob sending me one, and then Shane going, hey, I've got this catalog, and you can pick anything from it, and I'll put stuff in there. I've literally now sent him probably close to about $500 so far. And a lot of koozies. So
that one is my absolute favorite. Like, Shane did an amazing job. I just said, I want Apostle Paul parachuting with a radio in his hand, and like he just freaking nailed it.
Well, that was ChatGPT.
Yeah, he does
a lot of it through AI.
He knows how to do it well. Trust me.
Yes. having to scroll back through our chat to see if I can find
so
the picture.
like I've now realized, Paul, he's actually now can produce me these. So like he's already like producing me, 200 of them, and he'll be shipping them on the way because I ran out, from a large order that we just, got of the piglets, hammies. So I was like, oh, Shane, can you do? He's like, yeah, I could do anything. I'm like, oh God, we're in trouble. Can you etch glasses? He's like, I'm working on it.
Yeah, I think he finally got the rotator in.
He did, yeah.
Or the, yeah. So he could do that. Glass is tough still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you've got to have the right glass. Why am I not finding that picture?
This is probably a while back.
Well, and I would imagine you'd have to put like a, piece of black cardboard or something inside the glass so that it doesn't etch all the way through.
Yep. Yeah, you've got to get just that right angle. Okay, there's where I got it because I had my water bottle in it. So that was early.
For those viewers that don't know, Steve did a tandem with Carlos 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think it has been about that long. And that was not my first time. That was my first time with Carlos. But I used to work a flight school in Jacksonville, Florida, and we actually had a skydive outfit next door that I would go with from time to time. And unfortunately, they had an accident, and I lost the jump master. And I said, never again. Well, then I met Carlos and got to be good friends with him. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go. And funny enough, we were in Huntsville and somebody opened their mouth and said, oh, since you can't jump, can't take your 15th jump due to medical, I'll jump for you. And cash hit the table. And then on the way back to the campsite, I told Carlos, I was like, all right, I can't talk crap and not go myself. What's your weight limit? And he goes, oh, you're under. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, we can make it happen. And it was close, but yeah, we made it.
Nice. Well,
so
I can't remember in that jump. Did you go radio or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We did radio. All right. So I had to download it from our chat because I used dark mode. But,
and for our podcast listeners, those will have to go check out the video version to see said fat skydiver. Oh yeah!
Oh my God, that is fucking hilarious.
It is with the full-on Mario mustache
and proportional parachute too, which is nice.
Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit more like Big Jim.
It does a little bit, minus the mustache, but yeah.
Yeah. But Jim lost a lot of weight, and he actually did a skydive. What was it? 2 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
It was last year.
Last year.
Yeah, it was. So you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So.
Because I got to be there for that.
That's right.
Although I have to say, if and this is just my personal, and don't hold it against me, if I watch both jumps, I felt like, your jump actually looked normal in most cases. Jim, there was just a lot of stuff flying everywhere.
Because Jim lost a lot of weight to make that
understood.
jump.
Sure.
So, yeah, we had a lot of fun with it, and I will do it again. I just got to get some things straight, and I will probably, if I can figure out how to swing it, I'll take a month and go up to Chicago and get my license up there and just get stupid with it.
Yeah, cool.
Well, if I can't just entice you a little bit, I do believe that there may be a Miss Renee coming to Chicago this summer to finish her AFF.
Good.
And so I'm going to be there all summer long.
Oh, you're going back this
if
summer?
You wanted to come as well.
That Mega Millions has to hit my bank account first.
Got to play it first, as they say first.
No, I do pretty religiously. So I actually tried something new. I just got to pick up the tickets for the drawing that is Tuesday night. So we'll see.
I don't know.
So-
I'm just thinking, like, how cool would it be that, like, you and Renee both get your license, like, within like a month of each other?
Within a month of each other? Nah, I could do it same. We'd get our license same day.
Even better.
Both get our A license, and yeah,
And then we could do a, you know, 4-way formation with me and Carlos and you and Renee.
Yep. Well, and then eventually we'll have to all go out to Paris and do the 4-way out of the what is it, 7-2 that they jump out of, or the
Listen,
DC.
I am
that
so
may be a tough call.
anti-California, but let me tell you, I would make an exception
to go
for
do
the
DD
right
Cooper
group
jump.
of people to go do
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Open the back
Interesting.
stairwell and come out of the back of the jet. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen those videos and I was like, and yeah, with the right people, I would go and do that.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And
In a state you hate.
yeah, I'm very anti-California as well. You know, just the things that they don't allow that I enjoy. But you know, when
Pretty
work
much
makes me
everything.
go- yeah, when work makes me go, they're paying for it. Yeah, okay. I will say this last trip though. Have you ever heard of a 10 and 5 violation? It's 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
It's a violation.
Yeah. Well, I saw a 20 and 5.
It's
And
a little overfull.
overfull. And let me draw you a picture. Crop top, fishnets with a red thong.
That's impressive.
Eric, I haven't met you in person, but I will say her thighs were Paul and me together.
That can't be a good mix.
No, it was not pretty. Bob,
I don't think we have much of a show left to
Yeah.
get into why.
I won't say it's the people of California, but the laws of California are the problem.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, right, as far as the people of California, as long as you stay away from that very southern corner of California, the people of California are phenomenal. But it's all the bureaucracy and the bullshit and the government.
I was going to
Welcome.
say, the people that I have met in that southern corner that I have to go to, I don't have a problem with. You know, when I go out there, I regularly go to dinner with Heather from Ham Radio Crash Course, VEC, or not VEC, but
Yep.
VE team. Her and her significant other, and I all end up going to dinner at least once while I'm there, if I don't have a coworker with me.
Yeah,
And-
she's good people.
Oh yeah, Heather's great. She actually made it to Huntsville this last year too, and they
Yep.
want to do that again. So
Cool.
But now, if you go a little bit south of that southern corner, go down to TJ, Paul, that might be right up your alley.
Now, yes, that would be a good time.
I was gonna say, were you Paris Island or Hollywood?
I was Paris Island.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a West Coast Social Security number, which is it threw everybody off being an East Coaster, and yeah, so down there it was kind of funny, you know, that they'd all be like, "Why are you here? You should be in Hollywood." Like, no, listen, I'm an Easter.
Well, that's when Dad picked up his commission. He told the Navy he'd take anything seagoing on the East Coast. And they said, great, USS Princeton. And he went, all right, where is she? Pascagoula, Mississippi. Okay. It's not exactly East Coast, but close enough.
Close. Yep.
And then he went, wait, Where's she homeported? Long Beach, California. He was pre-com crew, so pre-commissioning. Yeah. Moved out of California the day the Rodney King trial started. So I'll let the history buffs know, or, can figure out the year there. But we got to move back east, and I've stayed east ever since. Yeah, I did do a little bit of time in Texas, but that's still east enough.
We don't talk about Texas too much.
Yeah, they're not the biggest state in the union, although they like to think so.
Only two things that come from Texas.
Steers.
You can say that on this show, no problem. Any other show, you might have to duck. Oh man,
just go say it on happy hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you actually pull it up, Alaska is bigger than Texas. Yes. In pure landmass, not in people, but in pure landmass. So, and yeah, I like to remind the Texans of that. But
often and frequent.
Yeah, if I had to live someplace other than the East Coast, it would be Texas.
Man, if I had to go anywhere, it'd probably be Virginia. That'd be as far as I'd probably go.
Been there, done that, got the T-shirt. No, thank you. I'd rather Tennessee, but
I had family in the Smith Mountain area, kind of whatnot, and so it was kind of the nice spot. But again, I was like a teenager, so I didn't know my ass from my elbow. And
I want to get back to a state that has no state income tax.
Well, that's why I moved to New Hampshire. And Paul decided to go back down to Florida and say, "Here, take my money."
Florida doesn't have state income.
For the record, I would never be a permanent resident of Florida because I don't like the fucking taxes.
True. Well, if they start changing RV laws and people, long-term camping stuff, you might be paying a lot more taxes than someone who's, sitting at a permanent residence. But that's all I hear.
Yeah, well, I'll say this though, for all of the great things about New Hampshire, right? You got no income tax, no sales tax. You get stupid property taxes. And vehicle registrations are way fucking more expensive than they should be. My RV was $400.
And it snows at least once a year.
Oh, no, it snows 5 months out of the year.
8 months.
Okay.
Stop fooling yourself. You think it's 5 months, Grouch. It's 8 months. We have the third winter, and then we have 2 months off of hey, this could be summer, but then it's back down to winter again.
And down here in the South, you have, the hurricane time,
sure,
a week of cold, and then mosquito season.
Yeah. Yep. We have our 1 week of fall, I think, that everybody rejoices in and makes fun of, but it's our pumpkin spice latte, week.
But there's no earthquakes, there's no tornadoes, there's no hurricanes.
That's not true. We've had a few earthquakes. They just found pieces of furniture falling from, second story windows, but nothing crazy like California for sure.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't mind the hurricanes because I can see them coming. Earthquakes, tornadoes. Yeah. You don't get a warning on those.
No, you don't. But the hurricanes could be they could turn on you fast. I mean, depending on where they come up from. I mean, if they're coming up through New York and stuff like that, you kind of get a little bit, but if they attack the Cape and then go in, you're fucked because at that point the mountains trap them and you're sitting in this whirlwind.
Yeah. I've been lucky. I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and then here just outside of Charleston, kind of the armpit of America. The hurricanes don't usually come ashore right here.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville, as long as it's been on record, has never taken a direct hit. They had a close one. The last one that Charleston got was Hugo in '89.
Yep.
So we're due. And I know
Hugo was that long ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, it was a long time. I mean, heck, the ice storm was 25 years ago when we shut down the entire, half of the East Coast for 4 weeks.
I was going to say,
we're getting old.
We have an ice storm right now. Like everything's delayed opening tomorrow.
No, dude, our ice storms here shut down ATMs, shut down, people from like even going to like restaurants, because a lot of restaurants just got blown, out of the water with backup power. There were, everybody was like scrambling to buy generators. I mean, there was like, you want to see Black Friday on generator sales? My gosh, there were people like getting into fistfights in parking lots. It was so bad.
Well, we had an ice storm here. What was that? 2017, I think. And they decided to open the bridges thinking, oh, it's melted off the road. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, no.
There is video of a Charleston police officer has a sheet of ice come through his windshield on the bridge.
Oh, dude.
And
Wow.
he is on record as saying, yeah, I had to go home and change my shorts.
I would, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, at a minimum.
Dude, yeah.
But
People are idiots up here. Like, they still don't abide by, or I don't remember what they named the law, but like everyone's required by law to be able to dust off your cars, and state troopers and all that will clean them off. But I mean, I was literally driving down the highway when we had the freeze, and like there was two or three vehicles. I mean, full sheets of ice you could see in slow motion coming at you, and you're like, okay, do I swerve into the high speed lane and get killed from the car that's like right next to me, or do I just take the incoming hit to the windshield and hope nothing happens?
one of the local former trooper, I think he's a former trooper, that posts on the Book of Faces all the time. He'll post traffic reports. Posted this morning, unless you're a tank commander, clean off your windshield. And the guy had just a little square in front of him cleaned off. I'm like, and that was a picture from today. And I'm like, oh my God. Wow.
That's
People are crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, Texas,
Can't fix stupid.
No. You can medicate it, but you can't fix it. Yeah.
Oh man, that is true.
And stupidity should be painful. The problem is, it already is, just for the wrong people.
Exactly.
The only people that are affected by stupid people are the same people that are affected by those that have lost somebody. It's the ones that are living near them.
That's a fact. Brought to you by Steve, KO4AFL. Steve, we just need a little sign. Prove me wrong.
No. Yeah, right. So, goodness. Yeah.
Well,
Bob
Eric,
says,
you got any other questions for Steve?
Well, so like, I know you and I have been chit chatting. Like, are you back? Like, you involved in your clubs at all? Like, I mean, you were sort of doing that a little while. You've stepped back from that, or no?
So, I stepped down as president. I let somebody else take over this year, but I stepped in as treasurer.
Okay.
Just to keep the
the money flowing.
continuity. Well, the continuity on the board.
Okay.
And we have 3 main clubs here in town. I'm a member of all 3, but I only attend the one.
Wow.
And it was the club that tested me for my technician.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So loyalty in that way. That makes
a
sense.
little bit, little loyal that way, but I show up to the others on occasion. One of them has their meeting over at Golden Corral, and I have reservations about going to the feeding trough. Yeah, the food can be okay. I just don't want everybody's kids putting their hands in my food.
It's Golden Corral, man. Like how can you actually have a good club meeting there when you're trying to like?
They get a
make sure
private room. They actually have a private room, and they fill that room. But yeah, it
just seems weird to me. Like
food,
like
it's
I
weird.
get food, but
yeah,
like you can't have conversation. You can't really have like any like major formal like discussion or guest speaker without hearing people like slurping down food or clanging plates or whatever. And it's like
so. Well, they actually say finish your meal by X time, and then that's when they start the meeting.
Yeah.
So they don't eat during the meeting, which helps, but they don't do a like a presentation or have speakers. It's just a business meeting.
Oh.
And yeah, that's kind of boring to me, honestly. Then the other club in town, that I joined. I just haven't made it in their meetings. They do all their stuff on Zoom.
Oh, all Zoom? Wow.
All Zoom.
Man.
So-
That can, you lose some personality there and connection, but yeah, I guess that's all you do.
But they were also the only group that held a weather net during our current storm. So,
Wow.
yeah, got to give them props there.
Nice. Hey, it's always good if you can keep that going. So, one last question, I guess. So I didn't ask this of Shane, and I definitely didn't. Well, Izzo, we talked offline, but like, do you have a stop in your mind when you think you're gonna end Clubhouse for you? Or you're just gonna go until they decide to close the doors.
Go until it stops being fun.
Okay.
Yeah, we're having fun with it now, and I don't see a reason to stop it. We tried doing a set. We're going to have a guest or we're going to have a topic, and it just wasn't us.
Yeah.
If we just kind of let it fly, it works.
Like, do you
Yeah.
think like you're gonna be in your 80s and on the Clubhouse? Honestly.
Probably not. I don't know that it'll go that long.
Okay. Because that might move the time up to like 3:30 in the afternoon instead of 8 p.m. But
Well, and I get up at 4 to go to work.
so you might get tired
8 p.m.'s
faster.
Yeah, 8 p.m.'s late for me.
Well, man, all these times I've been on the Clubhouse and like Shane's excuse is like, oh, he's on some net or something like that. So it's really just you're tired.
No, I do try to run the net. I was actually supposed to run the net this past Tuesday, but I currently have my 9700 apart because the screen went sideways after it tried to go for a skydive. At least
dude.
that's what I'm blaming it on.
Do you have any gear left? Like it's either in parts or torn down or
No, so the 7610's in good shape after I got it back from the lightning strike. But at least we think that's what happened.
microwave, whatever.
Yeah. No, it's the oven. But
That too.
and I've got mobile gear that stays working.
Okay.
The 891, currently have an 897 and 857 that are both up for sale. But I'm going a different route.
With the
Where are you
57?
going?
I'm going ICOM. I want to go full ICOM.
Yes.
Full icon for what reason? Just because you're getting old, or you just don't?
Ease of use. I spend my days as a Linux admin,
Yeah.
and when I want to sit down and relax, I don't want to go through 800 menus to find what I want to change modes.
Who's going through that many menus? Like I barely like touch my radio.
Well, which radio are you using?
Okay, my Flex is down here, and I have profiles that I use, and I don't ever touch them ever once I've set them up once.
Right.
My DX10 that's over there, that's just my dad's now. I can't remember when I last touched anything in any of the menus for any of the filtering or whatsoever. I mean, God forbid, like when we did our 24-hour POTIF, I remembered how to even like get it into sideband mode. Like it was like we had to rely on Shannon to figure that one out for most of us. But it was, like I don't know, no, whatever. Just you ICOM fanboys.
Well, no. So I have not had any issues with any of the ICOM radios.
Neither have I.
Short of, the screen going sideways on the 9700. And I don't know if that was from
Said jump.
said jump that didn't happen or being bounced around in my truck between here, Huntsville, and back. Fair enough. My 891, the screen goes stupid just on power on. It's been a constant issue since I bought it, and I bought it brand new.
Okay.
Shut it off, turn it back on, it works fine. But I shouldn't have to power cycle it when I first turn it
flash it at all?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Done the
Never had
firmware,
problem. Okay.
no issue. The Club DX10, I get a flashing transmit light after about 3 contacts, and I have to power cycle it for it to work.
Sounds like you're like one of those people that I'd never go around when they're like they shouldn't touch electronics in certain forms of because they like cause major like grounding issues or
It's only Yaesu radios that have
right, exactly. Until you start, getting deep into ICOM, and then you have to admit your fault that it's just you, not the ICOM or Radio Yaesu.
The 5100 has not had a single issue in the vehicle.
Good radio.
The 4100 has not had a single issue. The 2730 that works great for satellites, no issues.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, you don't have to tell me I give shit to you guys back all the time because Paul loves to, throw up the horns there and say Team ICOM all the time. And I'm like, dude, they're there. That's good. They're good radios. I've sat in front of a few. They're fun.
Well,
I have nothing wrong with them.
But when my club, switched from 897s, they all, they wanted to buy two 7300s.
Radio.
Yeah. They were going to buy two 7300s for our new trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, no, let's buy, one 7300 and one DX10. That way, when people come in and they say, hey, I'm thinking about this radio, we've got both brands.
Both. Yep.
Yeah. I didn't want to be a one-trick pony for the club.
Oh my gosh, Mike. Well, there goes your any future sponsorships from either of those companies there, Mike, but whatever.
Yeah, they won't see it.
I don't know, man. I've had a few sponsorships turn me down, and they'd be like, well, we saw this video, or you made a comment from said video.
Okay.
That's why I don't get any Chinese radios in my, you'll never find a Chinese radio at all in my, well, not now that I'm doing, well, actually the radios that are being sent to me by a said friend are ones I'm not buying, and I don't have any relationship to Radio Oddity whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, all right. If the 891 is going to the wayside, what are you going to use as the POTA radio?
Yeah.
So I'm hanging on to the 891 for now. The 857 that, may or may not have somebody's old call sign on, certain skydiver. It still has the sticker on it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's currently mounted in my truck, but I want to replace that with the 7100. And I'm still going to run the ATOS.
Ah, man, that form factor 7100 drives me nuts, but I get it. It makes sense.
Well,
Good radio, but
you say that, but I'm looking at the radio behind you, and it's at the same angle.
True, but
Everybody changes their angle to match that form factor. Granted, yes, the separate head and body is a pain in the ass.
it is. Yeah.
But if I could find one at a good price, I know it would fit in my Explorer backpack, and I could put that head up in the top pouch.
Sure.
And then all I have to do is unzip the bag, plug in the coax, the battery, and the head, and I can set the bag off to the side and have just the head in front of me.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about it is the mic plugs into the head. There's a speaker in the head. I can plug a key into the head if I ever learn CW.
We'll get there someday, Steve. We'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in a mobile version, I think the 7100 falls short because it's so awkward to mount it anywhere. You could actually make it look nice. I mean, I when it gets into my vehicle, I like things aesthetic, or at least looks like it's factory OEM. So that's where I kind of go.
That's the nice thing about the F-150. There's a tray right in the center of the dash that it would sit perfectly on and look like it's supposed to be there.
Yeah, but dude, it's still yeah. I don't know. I thought the same thing with mine, and I have that small little center tray in my, RAM, and it's I was the 891 face sits very nice in there. 3D printed a nice little stand for it, and it looks super factory. But if I put anything bigger than that, it would block half the buttons, and that was a life factor.
This is actually up on top of the dash. There's a tray.
Sorry, you lost me there. Nothing's going above my dash view whatsoever except my 300, and that's at a very low profile. So yeah, but
and do you run APRS on that 300?
Not anymore. Nope. That's why I mentioned the Moby Link. I bought a Moby Link so I could run separate, and because I hate Yaesu's bullshit attempt at half-baked APRS just frustrates me to no end, and I gave up on it after a while after giving it 2 years of like, let's try this to see if we can make this thing work, and no.
Or how about randomly changing frequency?
Hasn't been like that for me at all. I haven't had
Okay.
any problems with that. Like my AB band's pretty solid.
I know 2 people that this happened to, and Yesu's response was, "We'll take it out of the vehicle, put it on your workbench, see if it happens
Carlos, yeah, I know.
Carlos was one,
Yep.
and another YouTuber was the second.
Yeah.
Different
that is-
different vehicles, different radios, different vehicles, same issue.
Huh.
And
Hey.
they both got the same response. We'll take it out of the vehicle. It's a mobile radio.
Well, let's
It's
take another
supposed to be in the vehicle.
It goes on a bench with a nice little pretty stand. Yeah. Granted, put it this way, I will agree with you 100%. Yaesu is one of those things that like companies that they just need to get their head out of their ass and play catch up. They're so far behind in playing catch up at making legit radios and radios that look consistent across the entire lineup. It just makes no sense of like, why does one division do another different design and the other one does something different? It's like, come on, really?
I
All
will
their
give them-
radios got a totally different menu system.
Now, I'll give them credit. Since they released the DX10, the menu system has kind of stayed consistent.
A little bit. It's still a little bit off on the 710. Like,
Is it?
granted, yeah, not by much, but it's definitely like, you can tell when you're sitting in front of 710 that the 710's menu system seems to be a little bit more responsive than the DX10's, and some of the function positions are, yeah. But like again, they fell short on that because they already had a flagship radio. They could have easily mimicked that on the 710, but nope, they had to change the design.
Yeah. Well, and the 857 and 897 use the same menu.
Yeah.
The 891, the menu's reversed.
Yeah, which
Especially
is
for the
so
ATOS.
bizarre. I don't
Yeah.
understand why they did that.
But then I remember, I forget who it was that did the video, but somebody did a video where they did a 710, a DX10, and the FX1. And they put them all side by side, and they were like, you would think that this knob would do the same thing on all 3. Nope, it does something completely different on all 3. You would think that this knob does the same thing on all 3. Nope. You would think the VFO knob. Nope, that's a fucking different knob.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get
Well,
me going
and-
on their mobile units either. But
I was going to say, they'll never make a remote cable for the FX1. And then
they did.
they come
Yeah,
out.
then they did.
They come out with a remote cable. It's
I
2
feel bad for
BNCs
John,
and a
but
mini
then at the
DIN.
same time, I don't feel bad for John. Like John, like I feel like Yaesu just uses him as a whipping boy because like they give him all of this stuff and then he tries to promote it and then like people are like, well, why doesn't it do it this way? Like the FX1's a perfect example. Like you just went through. And it's just like everyone's like, well, fuck this. It's like, you're going against a bunch of ham people. They're gonna be like, here, hold my beer. I'm gonna build the cable for you and I'll show you that it can be done. And guess what? 19 people did it, and all of a
Yep.
sudden Yaesu's like, oh yeah, oh okay, you're right.
We'll build it, but we're going to overcharge you for it.
Oh yeah, or like the like the FX1 get into APRS. Like guys, really? Like you had to have someone like KO4AFL tell you directly that you're having a problem with your half-baked version, and then have your CF I don't know who it was, one of your technical CTO people email them directly, say, oh yeah, we noticed that there's a problem.
Yeah.
Do you not test your equipment? Do you use it? It's like, no, we just build stuff and just release it.
I was going to say, I'm surprised they released it with a firmware already installed.
Oh, yeah. Well, they had to in order for the radio to work, right? I don't know. Hams can always do it better and cheaper, Mike. That's just our motto. It's always been like that, and I'm a ham for 30 years, and, it's always, I could do it better and cheaper, but realizes that, you can do it better, but it's never cheaper. It's always going to be more expensive.
Depends on what we're talking about.
No, because every time you sit down, you go like, okay, I'm going to do it exactly the way they did. And you're like, no, I'm going to build it a little bit better. And therefore, the part you're using is going to cost more. Just because you screwed it up the first time.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Steve,
or,
just admit it.
or the fact that we're not buying the parts in bulk.
Well, Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
but we're not building radios in mass production either. But
Right.
but then in turn, like we come out with like beautiful things like the FX4CR and how amazing it was, and everyone would go, oh, I could build this kit better, cheaper, and it's like, dude, someone built a great radio. Like, applaud them and move on and support them.
Well,
Don't tear them down.
there was a kit out a long time ago that was great for doing satellites.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it would track the satellites, everything for you. And could you build it cheaper? Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The problem is finding the single source parts.
Yeah.
Or finding just onesie twosies. I don't want to have to buy 40 when I need one.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's where you get hit with cost.
Yeah. 100%. You're talking about SOAR, or are you talking about something different?
Now, SOAR is a sore subject.
Yeah, well, we know why. It's primary. Although I hear he's making some inroads with that.
He's making some headway thanks to, was it KO4AFL or?
Yeah, whoever created that phone. Right.
The phone backplate.
Yeah.
No, it was a VK group that had a satellite tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Josh did a video on it, and then they decided that they weren't going to support that tracker anymore.
Screw you.
It's like, well, it was people were getting a hold of the code and then wanting support for it, and they hadn't publicly released the code.
Oh,
that's what you were really paying for.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped building the kit, and so it was hard to get. Much like Ham Clock, as I sit here and stare at mine, thinking, what's going to happen with that?
So glad I didn't move on that one. I was going to.
Yeah, dude, I was really bummed to learn that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that sucks. As of June, there will be no more Ham Clock.
Yep.
Well, what was his servers providing for that platform? I didn't dive deep enough, but why is it just killing it because this environment's going away?
No, a lot of it is that Ham Clock reaches back for, the vocap updates and, all the little things that you can put on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the buff, the DX cluster.
Mm-hmm.
They were all fed from his servers?
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Phone's home to his server.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
That should have been more API focused, but
yeah. I'd love to have a, what's the big one?
Geocron?
Yeah, the Geocron. But I can't justify the price, and I don't have room for that size TV.
I love my Geocron. I'll put it this way. I hate justifying the $79 I pay yearly, but it's freaking awesome in terms of it just works. I never really have to worry about it. And, but yeah, granted, I mean, Ham Clock was a replacement or an alternative to that. And now look at, where we're at. It's like, now we're really screwed ourselves.
Well, Ham Clock was free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that should have been a red flag. Like, hey, if he's providing all the service for free, what happens when he goes away?
Well, why is it not open source?
It should have been. Well, I thought part of it was already open source, or was it? No? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad no-no in this day and age, especially when you offer stuff for free.
Yeah. Because open source, you can then basically crowdsource.
Yeah.
And,
and the community could have totally spun up their whole environment, all of so how the RBN is built off of, everybody has their own small little slice you can piggyback off of if you want to.
Yep.
So, bummer. That sucks.
It does. So, we'll see. Maybe somebody will pick it up.
Maybe.
But
we can hope.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got, Paul.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Steve, before we put a bow on things, what's going on in your world? What do you got coming up? Let the listeners and viewers know, what's going on in Steve's world.
Well, right now, Tuesday nights I'll be on Clubhouse for the foreseeable future until they throw me out.
Or they forget to pay the electric bill.
Yeah. Now, Beer Snack keeps the bills paid, so we're good there. and our viewers keep the bills paid. We thank them for that. As for my channel, I'm trying to do some videos, but right now I am 6 classes away from finishing my bachelor's. So that's kind of my main focus. And I'm running, I'm helping run that robotics team. So that's taken up a good bit of my time.
Wow. Dude, man, you ever have any downtime?
What's downtime?
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
When I'm dead and 6 feet under.
I was going to say, I used to, when I lived in Texas, I played paintball every weekend with a buddy. And he's like, I want to sleep in. And my response was always, you'll sleep when you're dead.
You're dead.
We have better things to do. So
Now, keep in mind, all right, there is a difference between keeping busy, being productive. And you can go check out the Weekend Warriors podcast from the beginning of the month, where we talked all about how sometimes like we get busy because being busy feels good, but it's not actually good for us because we're not doing the things that matter. So make sure that you're keeping busy with things that actually truly matter to you and make a difference in your life.
Yep. Very true.
My 2 phrases, get busy doing or get busy dying. And then the other one is, mama. Oh, I just forgot the other one. Damn it. Oh, well, whatever. See, it's the
meatloaf.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Ma, meatloaf. Anyway, no. All right. Well, cool. Dude.
All right. Well, listen, Steve, I really appreciate you joining us. It's been a fantastic conversation. And of course, I mean, I could talk to you for hours.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna put a nice little bow on things, and I'm gonna say, listen, for all the viewers and the listeners, thank you for joining the Live Free and Ham podcast community. We truly appreciate everyone who supports the show, and we can't thank you enough. As a reminder, if you want to connect with us, you can head over to our Discord, join in the conversation there. Link is in all the show notes. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to catch all of the excellent content there. Don't forget, click that bell so that you know when we go live. Leave us a review using our SMS link located in the show notes, or leave us a voicemail, 978-233-1142. Call us for a good time. Leave us a voicemail. And you can support the show by joining us on Patreon or buying us a beer. And if you ever wanted to find out more about us and the hosts, go to livefreeandham.com, and you can learn all about the show and check out the latest swag and anything and everything that you want to know about us. So thanks again for listening, and from all of us at Live Free and Ham, 77.
73.
Out of the way. I'm a sad ham. I said it.
And there we go.